Hello everybody, these notes are going to be for Monday, May 11th, and we are going to be focusing on notes 9.3, two-way tables. So let's get started. A two-way table shows data from one sample group as it relates to two different categories. Relative frequency is the ratio of data from one category to the total. So I'm going to divide this video into two sections, and in the first section I will be doing the first problem, which will focus on creating a two-way table, and the second section of the video will focus on relative frequency, which is what we're going to calculate in question 2. So let's start with number 1. Felipe surveyed students at his school. He found that 78 students own a cell phone and 57 of those students own an MP3 player. Before I continue the problem, I want to highlight important information in the problem. So I noticed the number 78 students own a cell phone and 57 of those students own an MP3 player. There are 13 students that do not own a cell phone but own an MP3 player, and 9 students do not own either device. Construct a two-way table summarizing the data. So the first thing that we saw, the first thing that we highlighted in this problem was that he found that 78 students own a cell phone. So the first thing we want to do is write our 78 and the total amount of students that own a cell phone in our table. So we're going to write 78. And if we continue to the reading the problem, we see that 57 of those same students own an MP3 player. So 57 students own an MP3 player. There are 13 students that do not own a cell phone. So 13 students do not own a cell phone, but own an MP3 player. No cell phone, but they own an MP3 player. So we're going to write our 13 students. And furthermore, 9 students do not own either device. So 9 students do not own a cell phone, and they do not own an MP3 player. So we're going to put our 9 here. So now we have to construct the rest of this two-way table because that's as much data as it's giving us. However, using the numbers given, we can add and subtract and fill in the missing blanks. So let's start with the first row and the first column. We know that 57 students own an MP3 player and a cell phone, and we know that the total amount of students is 78. However, we need to figure out how many students own a cell phone but no MP3 player. So what we can do is we can take this 78 and we can subtract the 57 from it. And once we subtract those numbers, that gives us 21. So now I know 21 students do not own an MP3 player or do not own an MP3 player but own a cell phone. Let's do the same thing with the next column. Well, in order to figure out our total, we can just do the same thing and add 13 plus 9. 13 plus 9 gives us 22. And to get this entire row on the bottom, we're going to be adding straight down. So for the first column, to get their total amount of students, we can take 57 and 13 and add those two together. So 57 plus 13 gives me 70. Same over here.